Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
So, hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing very well and regularly you are watching our videos from the Golden Flower Palia channel, which is created on the YouTube, and from the last videos you are studying at your home. You are preparing very well. So my dear students, as you know very well that in the last video of the class 10th biology we have started the chapter that is the life processes. That is the chapter life processes we have started in the previous videos. In that videos we have discussed about the different kinds of the nutritions, modes of nutrition, and the basic things related with this chapter. So my dear student, in the following topics today we are going to start the next topic of the same chapter, that is the nutrition in plants. That is the same chapter, that is the life processes. As you will recall your memory, we have discussed in the last video that all green plants have the process of photosynthesis. They follow the process of the photosynthesis, and all green plants follow the autotrophic type of nutritions. All the plants follow autotrophic type of nutrition. Auto means self, trophic means nutrition, means they can synthesize their own food by the process of the photosynthesis, that is called the autotrophic nutrition. So in the same manner we are going to start. First line I have written here: plants also require energy to perform various metabolic activities. Plants are also living just like the other animals, human beings and microbes. So it is the living creature on the earth. So plants also need energy to perform various metabolic activities. Like previous video I have discussed with you that plants also follow the process of excretion. Plants also follow the process of the respiration. Plants also follow the process of the transport of substances. How the transport of substances and why the transport of substances is needed in the plants? Just for example, in the coming videos and coming topic we will discuss with you that in the plants photosynthesis process takes place in the leaves. Photosynthesis process takes place in the leaves, and plants absorb the water from the roots, from the soil with the help of roots. So if you will pour 10 buckets of water on the upper side of the plants, that water is useless because the plants absorb the water from the soil through their roots. So just take the example, a plant which is 2 meter long, or you can say which is 2 meter high. So in that case, how the plants will transfer from roots to the leaves? So there is a need of transport. It means one special kind of system is present in the plants, that is called the transport system. So that is why I am telling you that plants also require energy. Means to perform the various life processes, plants also require energy. That energy they obtain from food, because there is only one source of the energy, that is the food. So plants gets their energy from their food, and food they synthesize themselves by the process of photosynthesis. So next line I am written here: all green plants follow the autotrophic type of nutrition. All green plants synthesize their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to build, to form, to build, to prepare, whatever you want to say. In the last video one more thing I told you that autotrophic nutrition may be of two types: chemoautotrophic and photoautotrophic. Chemoautotrophic means there are some kind of the bacteria, they can synthesize their food by the process of their utilization of chemicals, means they obtain their energy directly from the chemicals. They are called the methanogens, and that type of the nutrition is called chemosynthesis. We are studying photosynthesis, means that nutrition in which the organism obtain their food directly from the chemicals, that is called the chemosynthesis. But in this process, photosynthesis, in photosynthesis plants obtain their food from sunlight. In the presence of sunlight they form their food, that is called the photosynthesis. Now this is the chemical reaction. This is the chemical reaction in which plants obtain carbon dioxide from the environment through their leaves, water from the soil. In the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, glucose is formed and oxygen is produced. These two are the products which are formed by the photosynthesis process by the green plants. These are the products, glucose and oxygen. These are the two main products of the photosynthesis. Now one more thing you can say here, that plants convert simple inorganic substances like CO2, water, into complex organic substances like glucose in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. One more thing you can add this in this process, that green plants convert solar energy into chemical energy. Beta, now listen that this is the process. In class 9th you have studied in the physics chapter that energy neither be created nor be destroyed. ना एनर्जी बनाई जा सकती है ना डिस्ट्रॉय की जा सकती है. इन द क्लास 9th फिजिक्स चैप्टर यू हैव स्टडीड द सेम मैनर वी आर फॉलोइंग इन दिस बायोलॉजी ऑल्सो, दैट इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ द एनर्जी कन्वर्जेशन one form of energy can be converted into another form, means one form of energy can change into another form. So that is called the energy transformation. Same process will follow in the biology. In the case of the photosynthesis, green plants convert solar energy. You know very well, solar energy is obtained from the sun by the green leaves into chemical energy. Why this is called the chemical energy? Because the food which will form in the form of the glucose. This is the glucose. So glucose is a type of the formula which is used in by the chemical formula. That is why the energy stored in the glucose is called the chemical energy. And this is the oxygen which is released during the photosynthesis process. Now one question I want to ask to you, that which gas plants takes in the process of the respiration? Now most of the students give answers that plants take CO2 in the process of respiration and they release oxygen. No, this is the wrong answer. Plants are also respire just like the animals. They also take oxygen and release carbon dioxide during respiration. Concentrate on my words. during respiration, not photosynthesis, but plants absorb CO2 in the process of photosynthesis and release oxygen. Plants release oxygen and CO2. It means during the day timing, when the sunlight is present, when the photosynthesis process is going on, then in that duration plants take CO2 from the environment and release the oxygen. But respiration process continuously is going on from 24 hours regularly, 24 into 7 continuously respiration process is going on. They need oxygen, release CO2, but during the daytime they do not release the CO2, because the CO2 is producing during the respiration in daytiming, that is utilized by the process of photosynthesis. So why they will release outside? Because they have need CO2 for the process of photosynthesis. So why they will release outside? The CO2 which is producing inside the body of plants, they are utilizing in the process of photosynthesis. And during the daytiming, oxygen is forming in their body. Oxygen is forming in their body. So why they will oxygen they will take from the environment? Because oxygen is producing. So inside the body, these two gases are utilized by the plants. This is produced by the photosynthesis, which is produced in the respiration process also, and the extra one which is required they absorb from the environment. And oxygen, this is the process, the excess CO2 which is not they are utilizing, which is not utilizing by them, they release out in the form of oxygen gas. And this oxygen gas is the base of life on earth, because you know very well, on this earth only and only the green plants have capacity to produce oxygen. No one or animal can produce, and no one animal can live without the oxygen. It means, in a simple words, you can say that the life on earth depends on the production of O2 during the photosynthesis. Now come on the next topic. I telling you, photosynthesis process takes place in green leaves. Green plants convert solar energy into chemical energy. Plants convert simple inorganic. Inorganic, these two substances, water and CO2, are called inorganic substances. These inorganic substances are converted into organic substances. This is called, these two products are, this is the glucose, this is the organic compound. You can say it is glucose, it is the food, it is the carbohydrate. Glucose is a type of the carbohydrate, that is the complex organic substance. So during the process of the photosynthesis, all inorganic substances are converted into organic substances. I hope this topic is clear to you. So we are coming on the next topic, how the photosynthesis takes place in the plants. So dear students, I was telling you about the photosynthesis process. So this process I will tell you about the photosynthesis process in detailed form with the help of this diagram. This is the diagram. You can see it, that this is the stem of a plant. This is the stem. This is the green leaf. This is the green leaf. These are the roots of plants. These are the roots of plant. You know very well, these three parts are very important in the process of the photosynthesis. Now, how the process takes place? The plants of green leaves of the plants take CO2 from the environment. They take CO2 from the environment with the small holes, with the tiny pores which are present on the lower surface of leaf, that is called the stomata. We will discuss later on in the next topic what are the stomata. They take sunlight from the sun. They take sunlight from the sun in the form of solar energy. In the form of solar energy. Then what will happen? By the conversion of CO2 and sunlight, will convert in the glucose. Glucose, it is a kind of food for the plants. Glucose is a type of the carbohydrate, but only CO2 and sunlight, they will not form in the presence of chlorophyll. In the presence of chlorophyll, sunlight and what CO2 react, then they form conversion of the glucose, carbon dioxide into glucose. Now water is absorbed from the roots. Then you can see here with the help of the dotted arrows. Now you can see here with the help of these dots, I am representing the movement of the water. The water transport from downside to the upside, from roots to the leaves, and this is called the transport of the water, and it is unidirectional water transport from downside to upside only. In the next topic we will discuss next chapter, when next topic of same chapter, transport of substances. Now here water goes from downside to upside. So in leaves, water, CO2, sunlight and chlorophyll, these four things form the glucose, that is called the photosynthesis. Now what is the role of chlorophyll? Chlorophyll convert, first of all the chlorophyll absorb the solar energy, trap the solar energy. This is the capacity of the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is called the green pigment. Chlorophyll is called the green pigment. Due to the chlorophyll, the green leaves are green in color. Plant leaves are green in color due to the presence of chlorophyll. Except the chlorophyll, many more photosynthetic pigments are also present, like xanthophyll, phycobilin, etc. Yellow pigment, red pigment. But chlorophyll is the green pigment. It is found in the most abundant in green leaves. Now what they have to do? Chlorophyll absorb the solar energy and they convert CO2 and water into glucose, as I have discussed in the last topic of the same video. Now what will happen here? The glucose will form. This is the food for the plants, and this glucose will provide the energy to the plants for performing different metabolic activities. But whatever the food is in extra, they are not utilizing, they convert into the starch. What is the starch? Starch is a stored form of the plants. Means whatever the food is extra, they store in the form of starch. And what is the starch? Starch is a complex form of carbohydrate, or you can say starch is a complex form of the glucose. Now what will happen? The glucose which is forming inside the leaves, that food will transport from leaves to the downside and upside also. Means the movement of the, you can represent it, this is the food, or you can say the glucose, and this arrow headed, this is the water. So water transport is only unidirectional. Water transport always from downside to upside, and food transport from the leaves from downs is multidirectional. It will transport from leaves to upside and from leaves to the downside. This is the summary of the photosynthesis, that how the plants follow the process of the photosynthesis. In the next coming video, I will discuss with you the same topic, autotrophic nutrition in the detailed form. Means photosynthesis in the detailed form. And hope you are working at home with the given material. Make the proper notes and have the proper study. All the best.
Do self-study at home. and stay home, save lives. Thank you very much.